Hi guys, I'm Juliana, your automotive woman, and this week I'm checking out the now Super Bowl famous Hyundai Sonata. Okay, I mentioned the Super Bowl because the Sonata has been out for a while and Hyundai had the best commercial of this past year. But overall, the Sonata has been out for over 30 years, but it really didn't begin to make an impact on the mid-size sedan segment until a few years ago. Case in point, in 2020, the Sonata went through a complete refresh from front to back. We're talking increase in overall size, LED lighting in the front and back, new 18-inch alloy wheels, complete interior design overhaul, and a new engine, which is now a 1.6-liter 4-cylinder turbo paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. But what does 180 horsepower, 195 pounds of foot torque sound like when in sport mode? Well, hit it! Amazing? Kinda? Sorta? But like I said, the Sonata has been out for a while now, but the Ultimate, being the top trim level, offers the latest technology, being Smart Sense technology. And I'm going to start with the Smart Trunk, because there's a couple different ways that you can open this. And that is using your key fob, the traditional way. You just push the button, and it opens. Okay, pretty standard. But then you could actually open it pushing right in between the Hyundai arches. Quick little push, opens. That's pretty cool. But then check out this way, my favorite way. I have the Sonata key in my pocket, and now I have bags in hand, and I'm going to slowly approach the trunk. Now that's smart. So there's a few different ways to open up the Smart Trunk, but in order to activate it and make it work, well, there's two tricks I have to show you, and what you have to do is watch How To Tuesday, so click the link above. But while we're back here, there's a few more items that I should point out. First of all, there's a lot of trunk space available, and underneath here you actually have a spare tire and car jack. One of my favorite features is when you can actually lower the rear seats from the trunk, and you can do that in the Sonata. You just pull this lever right here. Now, they don't automatically go down, a little bit disappointing. You have two options though. You can walk around the side and manually put them down, or if you're super tall, you can lean in and push down the seat. When you finally do get the seats down, they fold in a 60-40 split. The armrest is nice as well, and it offers 2 additional cup holders. Storage is fair as well. It's on both sides of the car, in addition to behind the passenger seat. But what's real smart is the fact that the Sonata does not offer additional storage space behind the driver's seat. And I like that, because then there's less distraction, less kicking, playing behind the driver. But you want to know what's also smart? Smart pack. Okay, so my Boston accent isn't that wicked, but what is wicked is Smart Park. And how do you use Smart Park? Pretty easy, actually. First of all, the car has to be on, and I turn it on by using my remote starter on the key fob. Also on the key fob is 2 extra buttons, one with the P and arrow pointing forward, the other one a P and pointing backwards. Now all you have to do to move it forward is hold it down. If the car is out of line with the parking lines, it will adjust itself and move. Pretty smart. To make it stop, well, just let go. Now you're thinking to yourself, well, what if something's in front of me and I don't let go? Well, I mean, my friends at Hyundai thought about that too. Just as easy, push the rear arrow, jump in front of it. Now it's going to move backwards. I'm still holding it. and it stops all on its own. Pretty smart right there. The Ultimate is the fully loaded version, and I said that a little bit earlier, but it comes with a lot of standard features. We're talking standard navigation, multi-view camera, wireless charging, panoramic sunroof, and my favorite, both heated and ventilated seats. But I always recommend to take a quick second and scroll through the infotainment systems, because some systems scroll back and forth, others go up and down. Now in the Sonata, you have the brand new 10.25 inch touch screen, and you have a lot of information, as you can see, but I'll show you a few items that stuck out to me, beginning with the navigation. So what I like about this is you can actually zoom in and out. And I just had the same feature in the McLaren GT. That car is over $300,000. This one, slightly over 38. So that's nice, because not a lot of cars actually have that. Okay, then the other thing, if you just had a tough day at the office, well, you can change the interior sound of the ambiance. Okay, one of my favorites is I'm missing my vacation by the water. That's great. Okay. Another feature that I appreciate is the option to turn your heads-up display on or off. As you can see, the Sonata actually offers a lot of information, but I prefer not to have that in my line of sight, so I usually disable it. Okay, one last feature that really sticks out is this Blue Link. Blue Link is an app that you can download to your phone. It's nothing new. A lot of manufacturers offer it. You can remote start your vehicle, preset your temperatures, these types of features. But what I like about the Sonatas is if you have a young child in your house that plays soccer, for example, and quite often your kids play with your phone, well, you can give your son or daughter a profile within your phone. And if they forget their soccer ball, for example, in the trunk, they only have access to actually opening up the trunk when they're playing with your phone. So that's a great safety feature. But before we move on to the driver cluster, which is my favorite, one other item. I previously mentioned that both the front seats are heated and ventilated. And what I love in the Sonata is instead of over cluttering your dash here, they actually made this feature work with one button, okay? If you want to heat your seats, you push it up. If you want to cool your seats, you push it down. This is great, but you guys are gonna love this next feature. The Sonata offers 4 driving modes: Smart, Sport, Custom, and Normal. And you go between these modes by using this little lever located in front of your center console. But when you're switching, your dashboard makes this angry graphic when you're going into Sport. And the graphics on your infotainment system look fantastic. But the standout feature for this vehicle has to be blind spot camera monitoring. Essentially, it doesn't matter if you're turning left or turning right, when you turn on your signal, there's a camera that pops up on your driver cluster. And at first glance, this feature looks fantastic. But how does it function when you're on the road? Well, let's check it out. Okay, behind the wheel of the 2020 Hyundai Sonata, and let's be honest, this vehicle has been out for 10 months already, depending on where you live, maybe even longer, okay? But the technology I have showed you today is gonna be around for a while. And it's not gonna be for another 2 or 3 years where it's gonna start to become standard features across all of the Hyundai, Kia, Genesis models, because that's part of the same family. But do me a favor, if you're a parent and you're watching this video, stop watching. Go and visit your closest dealership, because you're gonna want this technology. If you have a new driver in your household, or if you've only been driving for a year, 2, 3 years, the blind spot monitoring camera, this system should be offered across the board in all makes and models. Absolutely. It should be the norm. Okay? I've been driving for over 20 years, so you're not going to change my driving habits overnight. But that said, it probably took 2 or 3 days, but what I started to do was look over my shoulder. That's never going to change. Again, driving habit, right? 20 years. But then I started looking down, quick little glance, because it honestly, it does help you for that last quick second when, you know, drivers, we all know drivers, last second want to try to, you know, dive bomb you, squeeze you tight. You know what I'm saying? So this technology really helps you monitor that. And like I said, stop watching. You're not doing me a favor by stop watching, but I'm going to do you a favor. And I'm going to keep your kids, new drivers in your household safe. Another safety feature you're going to be impressed with. I see this a little bit more, but not often enough. When you turn off the vehicle of the Sonata, there's actually a reminder to tell you, hey, check your back seats. Like I said, we don't see that system enough, that warning system, and we've all heard those stories. So I like that. Again, if you're a manufacturer, please, I mean, pay attention to Hyundai. And I just got out of a Kia too, and I'm telling you, these guys are doing it right with their tech, and they're not offering it for a lot of money. Okay? So really pay attention to these brands. Those driving modes though, let's be honest, this is a 180 horsepower car, 195 pounds of torque. You know, what is sport mode? So I was like, okay, you know, let's give it a shot. But let me tell you, sport mode in this car is awesome. It's actually it's actually kind of aggressive for a 180 horsepower car. Super peppy, man. And those the graphic works are incredible in this car, whether it's just changing to the sport or normal mode. Or yeah, the camera, the camera shots are amazing. But one thing I still need to get used to, and you know, I had it in the McLaren too, or the buttons, right? Buttons to put it in the gear. I'm so used to using shifter lever, right? But so the buttons are gonna take some time, but I understand, less clutter. They are faster once you start getting used to it, but I'm still jumping into the car and I'm like, where's my lever? So give me some time with that. But overall impression. So my daily driver is a Lexus IS 300 F Sport, all-wheel drive. I know that vehicle is completely different than this vehicle. I mean, they're probably apart a good $20,000. But what I can compare is the comfort and the visibility around the car. So in relation to comfort, the only thing I like better about my car is the softer leather. I'm not saying that this leather in the Sonata Ultimate isn't soft. I'm just saying I like mine a little bit softer. Okay, I'm just being a little bit picky. The Sorento though, in the Kia, had the best seats that I've seen in a while, because the extra support under the thigh, that was nice. So I would take the leather out of my car, but the seats out of the Sorento, put in this, and it's perfect. In relation to visibility, it's incredible. There are no blind spots, and I changed my seating position several different ways. And yeah, it was great. So you're well taken care of. And plus, don't forget, you have those blind spot monitoring cameras, right? But guys, like I do in all my videos, I always suggest a test drive. Test drives are for free. I'll provide a link down below. But besides that, I'm Juliana, your automotive woman. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss How To Tuesday or Feature Car Friday. Make sure you watch How To Tuesday because I show you that smart trunk and I'm telling you, it's really, really cool. But that's it, guys. Look out for this technology. I'm telling you, pay attention to that. Now, really, stop watching. Go check out a Hyundai dealership. Thanks, guys.